Yeah, for life, for my life, I'm thinking in 5 years time. In 5 years time, I should be I should be an MP.
You should be. What's that?
Member of Parliament.
A member of Parliament.
Yes.
Hey, now that's a goal. See, the thing is, the real goals in life, you don't know how it's going to happen. You don't know how that's going to happen. But with God's help, everything is possible, right? Do you have God's help?
Yes, of course.
So,
So I want to go into politics.
yes. I wish you well. I don't want to be in politics, but if you want to be in politics, I wish you well. That is very good. And the thing is, now you have a goal. 5 years, you have stated to this room full of people
Yes.
what your goal is. Does that make it more real for you?
Yes, because already I have votes in here. I have votes with the students. I have votes with the children that come here to do drop-in activities. So just here in Libuyu, I'm already a member of parliament.
And the thing is, when you state it, and you state it out loud in language, it becomes much more real. Because when you are just talking inside of your head, do you know that you all have a voice in your head?
Yes.
Do you talk to yourself on a daily basis? Okay, the thing is, most people don't know that you can control the voice in your head. And the thing is that for a lot of us, the voice in our head is one of our worst enemies. Sometimes it says bad things, sometimes it says good things, but you can actually control that voice. With time and effort, you can actually make sure that the voice in your head is your friend. And it is not saying things that can limit you in your life. It is not saying that you can't be in parliament. It is not saying things like that. It is saying, I am your friend. I will help you. I will make sure that in 5 years, you are in parliament. See, that's the thing is that, gotta remember where I am here. It's interesting because goals are kind of a way to stay on the path. When you have goals, you can get sidetracked, you can get pulled over to a side, but when you get back on the track, you can actually see that goal in front of you and keep track of it. Now, if you're hitting 100% of your goals, then you're not thinking big enough. You need to actually start to raise the bar. Because if 100% of your goals are being reached, you need to start playing a bigger game. Which means, when you talk about your goals, some people should tell you you're crazy. Because that's when you know you have a big goal. When you say, in 5 years I want to be in parliament, people say, you're crazy. That's good. That's a really good sign. Because that means you're thinking big. You're not thinking about where am I going to get my lunch. You're thinking about how am I going to change my future and the future of those around you. Because if you're in parliament, you're going to be changing not just your own life, but the life of this country, which is huge. Big job. So, I'm going to ask everybody to do something, and it's going to seem a little bit ridiculous, but I'm going to ask you anyway. I want you all to smile. Now, I'm going to try and smile and talk at the same time, which is hard to do. But I want all of you to smile. So I want to see a smile on everybody's face. Smile! I want everybody to smile. Keep smiling. Are you all smiling? I don't see it. Okay, are you smiling? Okay, now think a bad thought. Smile. It's very hard to do when you're smiling. My wife actually, her name for the computer is Happy Just Because. She doesn't need a reason to be happy. She is happy just because. So she chooses happiness. And the thing is, did you know we choose our emotions? That we actually choose how we feel on a moment-by-moment basis? And that being happy is a choice. And that we can all choose to be happy. How much does it cost to have a smile on your face? How much? Zero. It is free. What happens when you smile? How does that affect the people around you? Do you think when you smile, the people around you see your smile? Do you think they feel better because you're smiling? Do you think that smiling could actually help a country, a community, a church? Smiling is one of the things that we can do that is free. There is a very famous motivational speaker. His name is Zig Ziglar. And I'll give you these if you want to Google them afterwards, because they've got all kinds of free speeches and that kind of stuff that they have on the internet. But Zig Ziglar actually says over and over in all of his speeches, stop your stinking thinking. He says, because it's the voice inside of your head that is saying negative things, and it will limit what you can do in your life. Because when you can train that little voice in your head to be positive, your life can become so much bigger. Because I've asked this question to people in a lot of different countries. It doesn't matter where I am. People always say, a lot of people anyway, not everybody, but a lot of people say, that the person that actually limits them the most is that little voice in their head that has what's called limiting beliefs. It says, you can't do that. It says, oh, that's a big goal. Are you sure you want to say that out loud? Maybe just keep that inside of yourself. But the thing is, when you can train that voice to be positive, to be your friend, and to say positive things about you, the world gets a lot bigger. I didn't know I was going to be here giving this speech to you today. 2 days ago I met your nun, and she said, come back on Friday. So I'm here. I don't know, I have a one-way ticket to Africa. I don't have a return trip back to the United States. I'm going to go where God and where I'm needed. And right now I'm needed here. So I appreciate the fact that all of you are willing to give your time and to listen to this and to smile. So my wife, as I said, is one of the happiest people I've ever met. And I am truly blessed that she loves me. And we talked last night, and we actually did this together. So she is one of the reasons why I do this, is because I have her behind me, and her positivity, and her love that pushes me forward. And so I am truly blessed in that way. I want to tell you a true story. This actually happened the first day that I was here in your country. And the first night that I was here, I actually stayed at Jolly Boys, a hostel. And it was about 7 o'clock at night. And I went down the hill to the grocery store. If you know where Jolly Boys is, you know, it's a brief walk down the hill to the supermarket. And I went to buy 2 liters of water, some eggs, and some bananas. And it was very dark. And so when I came back out of the supermarket with my belongings, I was a little bit hesitant because it was very dark. And they've said in this town, there is really no crime, but only petty theft. After dark, you have to be careful. So I was being careful. And I was walking back up the hill, and I saw a girl. She was about 15 years old. And she was walking down the hill. And when she got past me, she turned around and started following me. And so I was suspicious. I didn't know what she was doing. And so I stopped and I turned around and I said, "Can I help you?" And she said, "No. Can I help you?" And I said, "Thank you." And so she carried my water up the hill to the hostel, and I thanked her. And I said, "Thank you so much." Oprah Winfrey, you know who Oprah Winfrey is? Everybody knows Oprah Winfrey. She would call that a random act of kindness. And that's what it was. And I was really impressed with the fact that for no other reason than she wanted to help me, did she reach out to another human being and make a difference for me. So I'm challenging all of you. In the next 24 hours, I want all of you to reach out. Not that you are going to already do this, but in the next 24 hours, do something for another human being, like help a little old lady across the street, or help somebody with their groceries. And I know that all of you do these kind of things already, But just in the next 24 hours, make sure you do at least one act of random kindness. Because the thing is, we can change the world by just little things. And it's not, there's no money involved here. This isn't about, doing something that costs anything. It's just about being a good human being and helping other human beings. And in doing that, the work you all do here is incredible. And so I want to congratulate you on dedicating your lives to something that makes a difference for other human beings. So I see that and I get that. So thank you for what you do. I've heard this a number of different times, but I want to reiterate it. People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. Let me say that again. People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. So I want to let all of you know that I care very much about your dreams. And I want to make your dreams a reality. So know that I care. So it's been an honor. My name is Bill. And it was an honor to meet all of you today.
Thank you very much. We have the person next to you who has few words.
So I only got to hear from one person. If anybody else who wants to share their dreams or goals for themselves or their teams, feel free. I like to smile.
Giving you something to say.
Say something, I don't know.
Yeah, my goal after leaving employment, this has been my dream for quite a long time in my life. I just want to come and after leaving employment to hold a farm, a very big farm with workers.
And what will you grow?
Maize, to be precise, maize.
I see the big bags everywhere, so I think there is a need for it here.
I've seen, more especially, I like watching these farmer documentaries on the TV. People are making money in maize cultivation.
Well, if I understand,
So I admire that also.
yeah,
And I pray to my Almighty God that one day God give me a place where to settle after I leave employment.
very cool. Well, I stand with you and your goal.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Who else? He already went, so he gets to say who's next.
It's him, look at that.
You're smiling, that's a good start.
Off the farm,
They want your money, but they don't want to see it.
That's not so important. But I understand your dream for your children, because I think even more important than my goals are the goals of my children. And I want them to have a good life and a big life, but they get to decide what that means. I would like to decide for them, but that doesn't work. They must decide. How old are your kids?
The eldest is 11 this year.
How many?
They are 5.
5. Okay. I think you must go. He's like, okay, I'm going now. Okay, who's next? Come on, I know you all have goals.
I have no dreams, I know.
Mine, I think I'm going to marry it to what he said. I think my dream also is to have a farm. just to have a big farm and move from the town life. Even if I'll be working in town, but the most important thing is to stay on a farm. That's what I want.
And why?
I just like quietness in life.
That's a very good answer. I think a lot of people living in a city can be hectic. There's a lot of confusion and a lot of the idea of living someplace where you get to decide you have to work very hard
Yeah.
and long hours,
Mm.
but on your terms.
Yes.
I stand with you for your dream.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing. Who's next?
Mr. Manyika.
Simone.
The video is
I think also my dream, as it has already started, I hope to be a big farmer. When my farm, I would like to have a lot of animals, so that at least their life will also make me realize they also live. And I love to see cows, and if I could be with them there, when they are feeding, I really enjoy. So if I can have a lot of animals and also little birds, then everyone will be able to share. And people want to eat, and even if things goes bad, I don't think I can go wrong by providing food. I'm seeing a lot of people in town, they get encouraged or they are using a lot of things which are coming from the farmers, of which I'm seeing. If I invest in farming, for sure I may not go wrong because everyone will want to share the little that I may produce.
Very good.
That would be a rich man.
So there's another motivational speaker named Tony Robbins. I don't know if you've ever heard of Tony Robbins. But he has made a lot of money, but he always was motivated by how to help others. And the thing is that he solved a lot of people's big problems, like trying to find their dream of becoming a farmer. And what he says is to think about your dream, but then to think about the emotion that comes with the dream. So for you, what emotion do you have when you think about owning your own farm? How do you feel?
I feel great. At the same time, I feel touched when I look around with a lot of people. Some of the countries, you find that they are dying of hunger. And for any production to move very well, people should have energy. And if we can produce enough and every people have enough food, then it means that happiness will maintain and we'll be able to enjoy, share the common goals.
Very good. You see how when you attach the emotion to your dream, all of a sudden you said, I feel great. That's really powerful. When you start to actually get in touch with how you feel when you achieve your goal and you say, I feel great. That's motivating, isn't it? When you feel great, don't you feel energy from within yourself coming out? It makes you smile. I want to actually talk a little bit about what you guys have here, this facility, and what you have created. I was talking to one of the staff at my hostel, and she said that she actually trained here. And so I think that what you have created is really, really cool and really big. And I just want to make sure that all of you get the difference you're making in people's lives. Because I don't think the person that is on my staff would have the job that she had if she hadn't come here for the training she got here. So it's not just the students that you have now, it's all the students you've had in the past. And so, Sister Maureen, what would you like to share about this place or about your dreams for this place? You didn't think I was going to let you get away with that.
That's a good one.
Very nice.
Now everybody's smiling.
Well, sister's been happening, but that's very nice.
No, I was ready for it.
Yeah.
Because my dream for this place, for my goals, are to see that each member of staff at the end of the day goes home smiling. That has been my dream.
Yeah, now that's a good dream. And it goes well with my speech too.
Because I wouldn't love to see somebody coming for work dragging. I know we all carry burdens, we all carry luggages behind. But I would love to see that at the end of everything, somebody goes home happy that he or she has achieved something for the betterment of himself or for the students.
Or both, yeah. Well, you said that very well, so I'm not gonna ask a follow-up question, I just think that was a very good answer. It's very interesting though that we're talking about things that cost nothing. This is not, and it's interesting because this is actually country number 50, and I do have a goal for myself, which is I want to be in 100 countries by the time I die. Will I meet my goal? I don't know. But it is a goal for me. And whether I'm in a country where people are struggling or in a country, there is no correlation between happiness and money. You hear that all the time, there is no correlation. Money does not cause happiness. And for me, what is really important is happiness. So I will reiterate what your boss just said. And say, I wish you all great success and happiness going forward.
Thank you very much. Thank you for your time. Martin just had a few words before we disperse.
This is like sister said, it's just a few words. Starting with, I will just on behalf of all the members of staff of ICTC, the students who are not here, we feel humbled and honored for you to have visited our school. From the masses, the many schools that we have in Livingstone, you choose ICTC. It is a blessing for us. And we thank you for the knowledge that you imparted in us and of course enlightened us on some of the things that we knew, but we never really focused on them. Because there were things like you mentioned where you were saying, when you say I want to be a farmer, how do you feel? There should be that eagerness to come, that should come with you. So in short, on behalf of everyone who is here, and the students, the other members of staff, because this knowledge you've shared with us, we're going to share it out there. So thank you for your time.
Thank you very much. It is an honor.
Thank you.
I'm done.
I think we're done. Unless you would like to say a few more words, but I think we are done.
No, I think we are done. Anything concerns nothing. We are happy with the bill. I'm sure the members of staff will love to be in touch with you once in a while.
Yeah. And if you want me to come back and talk to the students, I am open to that. So just tell me when. I know you have finals next week, so I know next week will not work. It's just something to consider.
Oh, put that in our small heads.
Yes.
So, I think we are done for now. Release the members of staff.
Okay, you can turn my camera off.